today on Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. When you get a minute, go to the YouTube channel, Shakenya, and hit subscribe. Look at some of the videos. If you see something you like, just hit share. And these stars they got here, send me a couple dollars and something. You can support the show by doing that. I appreciate you. Yeah. So guys, today I want to piggyback off of yesterday. Like, not the actual things that we talked about yesterday, but the whole concept of yesterday as far as conversation rides that you have in the car with your kids. I hope I said that right. That's all. It sound all bungled up, but you know what I'm trying to say. We talked about things that you would talk to your babies about in the car, like when you take them to school, when you picking them up from school, and some of them was difficult conversations to have, but also it was for a mature audience, the things that we talked about, you know what I'm saying? So that means that you would have had to establish that line of communication early in life. Remember, I told you that I was talking to my kids, all of them, once they hit like 4, 5. You know, about good touch, bad touch. So by the time they hit 13, 14, 15, we having deep conversations about relationships, everything that we talked about yesterday. And so this is not easy, is what I'm trying to tell you. I know I make it seem like it's easy. Oh, just talk to your children. Yeah, just come on out and talk to them about sex and talk to them about boyfriend. It's so easy. Just do it. It's dinner conversation. Nope, it's not, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Because if you start off early enough, hey Terry, it gets easier and easier. Like my grown kids now talk to me, everybody but the baby, and I miss that so much. I miss talking to her. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to keep in mind, she was in my life up until she was like 15 and a half. She was almost 16. So for all those years of having her in my life, we had good conversations. Just like I have good conversations with my children. Now, that's why it's all puzzling to me. That's why it's a nightmare when I tell y'all that I have nightmares. Because when you put so much work and effort into something and it works, and then something happens, it shake you out. You know what I'm saying? It shake you. It throw you off your, because you like, wait a minute, what's going on here? I done already built this foundation. This is already done. Like, this subject is already closed. Like, this is already done. So nothing should be able to shake that up. And when it comes to communication, my mom made me feel comfortable to talk to her. Regardless of her substance abuse issues, she wasn't high all the time. So when she was sober, she made me feel comfortable enough to come and talk to her about anything. I trusted her with my information, meaning that I know she wasn't running back telling everybody whatever it is that I told her. And if she did, it never got back to me. So that instilled trust, that I can trust her, I can confide in my mom. So of course, when I started having children, that is, I remember when we talked about the things that you take from your parents and you adapting your parenting style and the things that you would change and the things that you would and would not do. Communication, I felt like, was a big thing, because by me having that safe space and being comfortable to talk about my feelings with somebody, just having that with my mom, I made sure that the children had that same connection with me. So you got to keep in mind, the baby was the baby. She came after 5 children. Yeah, because remember, no, 4. She would have been the 5th. Because you got to keep in mind, I had my own son. And then when my mom passed, I got custody of my 2 younger brothers. And then I had Kennedy. And then I had her. So it was 4 children before her. I instilled and opened up a line of communication to where it was easy peasy, because not only am I opening up that line of communication with them, but they had open lines of communication with one another. So for her not to feel like she had a safe space, or for her not to talk to me, for her not to be a part, that shit just rocks my whole core, because that was a big thing for me, having an open line of communication with my babies being able to talk to me, feeling comfortable to talk to me, trusting me enough to talk to me. So for somebody to tell my baby, don't talk to me, fix it, Jesus. So yesterday we talked about conversations you will have, and today I'm going to give you a couple more conversations to have. Yeah, let's get back on track here. What does your child want to be when they grow up? Do you know? Have you talked to them about what they want to be when they grow up? I know they probably don't change it 2 or 3 times depending on how old they are. But each time they tell you they want to be something or they want to do something, do you encourage it? Do you help them try to figure out what they need to do to accomplish it? Do you tell them what they need to do to follow through? Meaning that you got to do your research too. If they come to you and say they want to be an astronaut or something, you got to do your research. They say they want to be a doctor, a physical therapist, or whatever it is that they say they want to be, you definitely got to do your research on it so you can talk to them about what it is they're about to endure, with the journey they're about to embark on, how they maneuver through it, what they need to do, what qualifications they need to have. Yep. So, yep, do you know what your child want to be when they grow up? Yep. Do you talk to your children about entrepreneurship? Like, while y'all having that conversation about what they want to be when they grow up, do you throw out entrepreneurship, or do you just encourage 9 to 5? Or do you encourage both? I encourage both. And that's just me. And not only did I encourage both, but I did it. And they saw it and witnessed it. I demonstrated it. So it's a lot. When you're teaching kids, it's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, I look at so many kids that's just growing up and not being raised, and it's crazy because a lot got to go into you raising a child. A lot you have to instill. You have to demonstrate. You have to tell. You have to, oh man, a lot goes into, so it's a process. Just like the communication thing. It was a process. I had to start when they were young. I started with them having family meetings and them feeling comfortable about talking to me. And then when Kennedy came, she seen how easy it was for the boys. She seen how easy it was for the boys to talk to me about certain things. So that just instilled the trust even more. Like, damn, when Mama said that you can come to her and talk to her, you can come to her and talk to her. So of course that didn't. So it was just a. Fix it, Jesus. So yeah, do you talk to them about entrepreneurship? And I'm gonna be honest, if you're not an entrepreneur, it's gonna be difficult for you to have that conversation with them. So if they come to you about it, you have to do your research. Yeah, you have to do your research. Give them the pros and cons. Give them options. All people not built for 9 to 5. Do you talk to them about the importance of credit? Do you talk to them about getting credit, how to maintain their credit, that they need good credit, being responsible with their credit? I told y'all my credit got messed up after that divorce shit. I think I miss my credit score more than I miss my... Fix it, Jesus, fix it. Fix it. Because if you ain't never had good credit, then you don't know the feeling of walking in somewhere and just signing your name. You don't know the feeling of having a low ass interest rate. Like, you don't know the joy. So you can't talk to me. So when my credit was ruined, oh my God, that cut like a knife, baby. You gotta keep in mind, I bought my first house in my early 20s at a 4% interest rate. So you do the math. Thank God. My first job, I was a nursing assistant. I worked at a nursing home. So I was around RNs and LPNs and ladies of business. So they talked, and my family talked around me about credit and stuff. But actually being there with those ladies at 16 and listening to them talk about mortgages and credit and paying their bills and their credit card payment due and things of that nature, I learned a lot early about that. So yeah, when I tell you I worked on my credit, I had good credit. After that divorce, my credit, ooh, face it, Jesus, let's get back on task. So yeah, do you talk to your children about the importance of credit? Do you talk to them about home ownership? And mind you, if you having trouble with your credit, it might be kind of hard for you to talk to them about it. If you don't care about your credit, it might be kind of hard for you. So that's another thing I tell you got to demonstrate certain stuff to these kids. That might be something that you might want to demonstrate. And then home ownership. That's another thing you should be talking to your children about. Having something, owning something, having something of their own. I'm going to hold on to that house till I die. And hopefully the kids will keep it after I pass on. So whatever it takes to stay in that house and maintain that house and fix it and keep it up and pay the taxes, whatever, I'm going to do what I got to do to maintain and stay in that house. That's my home. I own it. It's mine. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, do you talk to your children about home ownership? And again, this might be a difficult conversation to have with your children if you are a renter. I'm not knocking nobody that's written. I'm just saying it might be a difficult conversation to have with them if you are a renter and you're not a homeowner. So, yeah, that's it for Friday. Make sure y'all tune in tonight. I'm going to have Tina Williams on tonight at Motor City Radio. So, y'all make sure I'm tag y'all. I'm going to tag it on here. I'm going to check us out tonight at 7 p.m. I'm going to be in the building. She going to be in the building. It's going to be a party. I'm out. Mwah.